double taps the next piece to this worksheet you got going on. You touched on a little bit is measurable. You know, we have to have things established. This kind of goes in along with being specific, but
Right.
there's got to be some sort of measurement. We can't just talk good ideas and then if there's nothing to measure,
Right.
what,
Right.
what are
And
we
it's
doing? So
so it's and this it you're right. You're absolutely right. It does start. It does kind of um, overlap somewhat with specificity. You know, if something is specific, then you know there's a good chance that there's going to be a measurable element to it
mhm.
if you get specific enough. But this just kind of lays it out there that how do you plan to measure this goal? So, and remember, we're talking about an abstract concept. So that means that a person won't naturally necessarily work through the steps in perfect order every
Hmm.
time.
Right.
So, you know, if I can get them to maybe today, maybe when they come to me, it's oh well, I just want to lose some weight. It's like, okay, that's a horrible goal. Can you at least put a number on it? You know, that's an easy one. That's
Sure.
one step toward that specificity. How much weight do you want to lose? And you know, I can get a little bit ridiculous about it. Say, okay, I want to lose 20 pounds. You really don't want to just lose 20 pounds, you know, because there are some very unhealthy ways that you can lose that weight. There are some, you know, and like I said, to take it to the level of absurdity, you know, you could lose a body part or something, and that can be 20 pounds.
Right.
But of course, that's not what we're talking about, and that's why we have to start getting very specific with it.
Gotcha. So
So
essentially, this isn't some pecking order. We're not just going in line, right, down the line of this worksheet. It's almost as if they're all in front of us, and we're just trying to balance them out, tease them out. Hey, specific right now is 20 pounds. That's what I got out of you today. As I'm working with you, as I'm developing, we'll revisit that. Hey, that 20 pounds. Now that we're
right,
developing more out of you, that's turned to a specific body composition or something like that. These are multifaceted, and it's not a pecking order. They're all going on at all the time, and that's where you, as the behavioral change specialist, can help. You're kind of polishing up all these ideas as able. Am I kind of painting the
right,
picture a litts little bit there?
and it would, and I probably should have started here. Just with the last time I did this workshop, I had everyone in the audience write down a goal even before I started talking.
There you go. Yeah.
So on the backside of the worksheet, I purposely left some blank space on there. So I told everyone in the audience, "Hey, write down a goal, anything at all." And then I started teaching the workshop.
Mm,
So so in that particular workshop, I didn't have time to work with each person to clean up their goal, but after they wrote their goal the first time, I went through all the steps and I explained them. And then I told them to rewrite their goal based on something that they learned from the workshop.
gotcha. So already starting to polish it up just based off of that
Right.
initial workshop.
And
Gotcha.
I didn't, I had a couple people that I asked what was their goal, and I got the typical response. So you know, this was a bunch of aspiring athletes.
Hmm.
So I got a lot of I want to be stronger, I want to be faster. One guy said I want to be taller, which gave me the opportunity to start talking about stuff like that.
Hmm.
Like, sure, you want to be taller. It in many ways, being a taller athlete is beneficial on some level. You know, whether we're talking about football, and this was a group of football players, but you know, whether we talk about football, basketball, there's there's only one athlete that I can think of who someone tried to say that being short was actually a benefit to her. and that was Simone Biles, the gymnast.
Mm-hmm.
So one of her competitors tried to claim that because she is shorter in stature, she can execute moves because, gymnastics has that limited amount of space.
Sure.
They're like, she's smaller, she can generate more power over a shorter distance. So she can do moves that taller gymnasts can't do. I thought that was a bunch of crap personally, but
sounds like going back to those whole making up excuses. Oh, my metabolism's slow, so
right,
this
right,
is my cop out reason.
right. But anyway,
it's funny how cop out reasons are always something that's non malleable, like
right,
somebody's height.
right,
Somebody, it's something where you can just like throw that out there and be like, oh, you can't
right,
give an excuse to that because it just is what it is.
right. And
Awesome.
back to this young athlete, that gave me the opportunity to slip in just a little piece to say that is one element that you have zero control over.
Mm-hmm.
So sure, you may want to be taller, but that's not a goal because you can't influence that. So let's talk about the stuff that you can influence.
Sure.
You can be stronger, you can be faster. We can work on those things. I can't promise that I'm going to help you get taller, but we can work on some of those other things. So let's put that in a different category than what we're talking about during the course of this workshop. And so that was actually very good that I got a goal like that because it gave me a chance to talk about,
good learning point.
Right.
Gotcha. So finishing off this first page on the worksheet, tell me, I need some guidance here. What's the difference between attainable and relevant? How are they not